Hello, and well, welcome to another video. Sorry you can't really see my face, this is just a hodgepodge setup. I am currently borrowing BlueEyesGaming's laptop. Say hello, BlueEyesGaming. There we go. Hi. Anyway, he's let me borrow his laptop. Yeah, laptop because my computer has completely died. Now I have lost all my thumbnails and pretty much everything apart from the videos which I kept on this hard drive. And I just want to rant about this quick thing in Splatoon 2. Now, disclaimer first. I love Splatoon 2. I've been playing it, and it is an excellent game. This video does not mean I dislike the game in any way, and the webcam is just here so Nintendo can copyright strike me because they are assholes sometimes. Anyway, so BlueEyesGaming will be my assistant here. Blue Eyes, would you please press and hold the right trigger?
Oh, right trigger. Okay.
That's the right button. Okay. That's the right button.
Oh, right button.
Yeah, right trigger.
Right.
Now, this is a charge weapon. Keep hold of it.
Oh my God.
It will charge up ink and shoot it at a long radius, far distance, dealing incredible damage. Now, release. Now, the thing is with this, if you charge up, so Jack charge, BlueEyesGaming. Now go on your pink ink. Now walk over to your pink ink. To the left. Go to the left.
To the left.
Left.
Yeah,
I don't know why you walk slowly. Now press the other button.
Oh,
now press the other button as well.
Which one? The other trigger or something?
Button. No. Right.
Sorry.
I'll come here.
Okay.
So this can hold charge when you're swimming in ink. And it's pretty nice. It can be a bit tricky aiming far distance, being as you don't get zoomed in. But it is usable for the most part, and you get basically ink bombs, which are some of the most OP things in this game if you know how to use them correctly. Now.
Yeah,
for the longest time, that was the only one I could get until I unlocked this one. Now, this one zooms in, and it can be a bit annoying because it cuts off a lot of view, so you can't see if anybody's coming next to you or wherever. So you can't be like this for long, but it has increased range and is a bit better for taking out long distance foes. But
unless you're a camper,
it doesn't hold charge. You still get the potentially overpowered grenades. But the thing is with this, it moves so slowly. Like, this is walking speed. This is the second slowest you can go in the game. The slowest is in your squid form on dry land. And most people will be travelling this way. The only time you have a chance to hit somebody is if they don't see you and they're just shooting and trying to cover some ground. You can also spam like this, but it's very ineffective. Like, it takes 4 shots to kill something. So let me just demonstrate here.
Still, that would be.
Now, bear in mind, I've played with this for hours, and it can be a bit of a struggle to hit a moving target. Period. Also, I'm just going to complain about this quickly. This power up, this thing you get here is really annoying. It's just too slow. It's way too slow. Like this guy here, this one in front of me, that's at walking speed.
Shame so, they get like sensitivity options.
Yeah, you do have sensitivity options. So if they're close to you, you can get a good shot on somebody moving slowly.
So you mean like you can sort of aim quicker if you turn the sensitivity?
Yeah. But then you have the thing that if you want to change your weapon, you'd have to go back into your options and then change the sensitivity and remember what sensitivity is best for each weapon. So it can be a bit confusing.
Yeah, it's shameful.
And if you forget to change the sensitivity, then you're just going to be like flailing around everywhere and just be like, oh god, this is too sensitive!
Unless, of course, you get Call of Duty plays, which literally just turn the sensitivity up really high and then just do these things they call trick shots.
Yeah, but it's just...
basically
yeah, but
spinning
it's
around
hard
in
to...
the air and no-scoping people.
It's you can't really no-scope. Like, this is no-scope. This is no-scope. Not only this, but it is very, very... Like, look. I can shoot all I want. I will not do a single point of damage to this.
So you literally have to be really precise.
Yes, you have to be basically pixel perfect with this. And in the heat of the battle, especially in close range, that is next to impossible.
Rather than like Call of Duty players where they literally just like say they stood over here and then they get the knife out, stab, and then you wonder how did it get from there to there to
this is even worse because you don't get like a 5 or 10 second replay, you just see them you have to wait for like 5 seconds before you can respawn, and you just see them undoing all of your hard work.
It's like about really far away from you, suddenly it's like they've just done some ninja leap towards you, like with the knife.
But this gets even worse. A couple of the most common weapons in this game is this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. Now this one, this one, and this one basically do the same thing. They just have slightly different variations. Not enough for me to go over all three of them right now. And this one's different, and I think this one is better at close range. But they basically do the same thing. These are fast shooting, semi-far range weapons. Now these are literally everywhere in this entire game, and they will wreck you to no end with that weapon.
So they literally just spamming it like at you.
Yeah, this is the most common weapon. Now and then it also has this, one of the most overpowered things in this game. Like if you're clever and you're not being distracted, you can dodge it. But if you're being attacked and then this happens, then you're just pretty much buggered. So they are the most common weapons. Now here you have a slight advantage if you if you're fully charged, then you can easily take this out. But if you're not, and you know that one I just showed you, they have a thing where you can also roll to one side, which is faster than walking, but not as quick as going in ink. Which they will spam to no end when they're near you, and they will just so this is a not as far range, but by geez will this do damage if you get too close. And these you have a good chance of beating these. I will not lie, these are not the best things to counter it, but then again, if they notice you, you're pretty much buggered. You need to go unnoticed using these weapons. Especially that one I just showed you. So basically, being as you get next to no visibility on what's around you.
The most common weapon is basically just a run and gun type one.
Yeah, and these two are basically the same, just with different power-ups again. And these you have the best chance going up against. Like, these will probably never go much faster than walking. But this is incredibly overpowered, and this is probably at least second most common weapon in this game. Because it has this move where it can do that. And it is incredibly overpowered. Not only that, but it has a variant where it gets even more range. And at mid-range it can two-shot you. To close range it will one-shot you. So say you're on that ledge and I'm down here and you've got a sniper weapon. You can't really do anything to me right now, especially if this bit below you is solid. I mean, the only hope you have is just trying to shoot straight down, where I can just go boom, you're dead. Even if that's solid, you're just like boom, you're dead. And these are excellent, and they're doing that, and that is excellent for countering you know, longer range foes, especially that one I just showed you, where you press B, where you jump and use it. Not only that, but there are your gear. So like my gear right now has these glasses, this top, and these shoes. They can hold. They have certain abilities, and one of the abilities they have is to allowing you to run faster. So combining that with this is incredibly overpowered, because you're just running around at the speed of sound while destroying everything in your way. And this also gives you a bit of armor, and it also has the second most overpowered, special move in the entire game.
Jeez.
So, and if I used that while I was there, that would be dead. Like, seriously, these things, you need to keep these far away from you. And if you see any of them coming towards you, like the only one that doesn't pose much of a threat is this one. But if you see any of them coming towards you with this, you are buggered. Like, you need to keep them far, far away. And this is not helpful in the type of maps that they have. Which we will show off in another video that we're going to record together. Basically just Blue Eyes playing the game and giving his first impressions. Oh no! Right, for the longest time, till I was at least about level 16 or 15, these two were the only high-pressured ones you could get, and this one, definitely don't get that. That is just scamming you. Don't buy that unless you're going for completion. Like, just never use that. There's no point in using it. Now, thankfully this is a bit better, but not as good. Like, the modes on this, you don't, like Blue Eyes, you know how in most first-person shooters you usually just go whichever team can get the most kills?
Pretty much.
Well, that doesn't exist on here. Well, unfortunately, I don't know why. But
I mean, it is. Really, technically, Call of Duty is supposed to be more.
But yeah, this one it has
based, but apparently people just like to go for kills nowadays.
Anyway, this one has a bit better range. You see, I can one-shot that guy from here, and thank goodness they got rid of the zoom in, because you couldn't change the zoom in, and it was incredibly annoying. Not only that, but it also holds charge, which if you just move, if you charge it up, move, then come out, because if you're in the ink for too long, it will lose its charge. It will, like you said, it will lose its charge. The only downside I can see to this is it has one of the worst secondary weapon in the entire game, where literally the only point in ever using that is like if there's somebody right in front of you there, then you put that down to distract them, and it will give you enough time to ink them. But that is literally the only downside to this compared to the others. And I think that's all of them. I haven't unlocked any more. Let me just use the ability for this, because this has one of the. It's not really overpowered, but it is pretty cool. You press R, and then you can spam the right button to just send bombs flying everywhere.
Jeez, what is this? ISIS the game?
It's Incus, the game.
Incus, yeah. Incus. Terrorist completion. I don't know. What are they called?
Terrorist squids. Well, they're inklings. They're called inklings. Anyway, but still, you have a pretty slow. You still have a painfully slow reload time, and again, that can be your downfall if you're not clever enough to keep your opponents far away from you. And to my knowledge, now remember, this is to my knowledge. This means I personally do not know if this is factually true or false. But to my knowledge, there is no way to speed this up. So there's no way to increase your reload time. Like, I fiddled around with the gear, and I really didn't notice any difference. And not only that, but getting the abilities you want on your gear is really annoying. And then if you get an ability you don't want, you have to scrub all of the ones you've got on, apart from on it off, apart from the one that you got on it from the start. And then if you got ones you wanted, you can't just put them back on because you need 10. When you scrub them off, the abilities will come in ability chunks. And then you need 10 ability chunks to put it back on.
Wow.
Which is really annoying. Not only that, but scrubbing the abilities off in the first place cost 20,000 money.
Jeez.
So it can be really goddamn frustrating to get the abilities you want on your gear. Now, yeah, thank you for joining me on this rant, BlueEyesGaming, and everybody at home.
Wow.
I really need to just get this off my chest because it's just like, god damn, why is this so broken? Like, if I wanted to fix this, what I would do is I would either slow down the spammers or either make it so that the spam attack does about 40 damage per hit. And that's not too much of an nerf because with the dual wielding you'd be doing 80 damage per shot because they both shoot at the same time. So it only would take less than 2 shots for you to kill somebody. If I really wanted to get it more power, I would make it ignore any like defense changes, and I would make it so that you couldn't be killed before this would charge up. Also, my nose is really itchy for some reason.
Yeah, sounds fun.
And not slow down, but majorly debuff 1 minute. What is it called again? Majorly debuff the Splat Roller's B attack. Cause seriously, this, if you want to win at anything, just use this, and whenever you encounter a long range foe, press B. Like, don't bother with that. Like, you're way better off just using that because it's way too overpowered. And that's also one of the spammers you may see, but I don't see them too often. Like, if I play like 5 matches, I might be killed by one of them, maybe. I mean, I see them a couple of times. They're not too much trouble usually, but still they have that overpowered thing. And they're fairly troublesome as well because they're basically there. Also, the Nintendo Entertainment System gun thing they had. That's a nice reference. I love that reference. But yeah, that's basically just my rant on that the entire situation.
Mario.com.
Yeah. Well, and I think other games. That's just basically my rant on these 3 gear. Yeah, thank you again for joining me. See you guys in the next video. Also, the mouse turned off. Oh, damn it. There we go.